Alright, welcome back to I'm the Lord of the Intergalactic Empire. Anime Review, episode number 8. This one also is titled the bonus story, Harem Project. This is adapted from the first portion, chapter 3, a few pages in chapter 14, and pretty much the entire bonus story, like, spot on. So, we start up with, now basically Liam does not. Here's the thing with this episode. This is the first and probably the only episode we see in this whole series so far where we only see him in roughly like 2 rooms in this entire episode. We start with a guy named Thomas giving a bunch of gold, maybe more gold. Then we see well, excuse me, I don't know if I'm seeing it. And they have to get the gold, like, oh, evil, and they're complimenting him, and then you see him driving off in this car, in this very futuristic-looking car. Basically, admires the fact that he basically spends his tax income to improve the way people live in this planet, on his home planet. And, well, then, of course, he wants to build a room where, basically, it's just a swimming pool, supposed to be alcohol, and me hanging from the ceiling. It's quite a weird idea. It's kind of a wasted idea to do, but not a bad idea to put a pool here. But you could just not fill it with alcohol. Also, apparently, like, he wants to make more coinage. He also wants to be a harem women. And at one point, he's just, oh, why not just basically just go after the female staff, basically, he hired to possibly sleep with them, make her his harem. And that's pretty much it for him the whole episode. There is one other scene here, and a scene with Christine where she's like waking up surrounded by liquid, and she wakes up and she's butt naked. Her body has been restored. She's gonna go through some rehab per se, and this is actually from chapter 14. And this actually had a change here per se. Yes, they did make a change to this particular scene. You're probably thinking, what change did this episode make? You might ask. Well, the scientist who, basically the doctor who visits Christine. Because in the book, it's a male doctor. In the anime, it's a very beautiful female doctor who looks like she's wearing a swimsuit. Well, one-piece swimsuit, mind you. Also, I forgot to mention also in the Harem plan, he does complain about these nose rings called nose bubbles, make bubbles with noses. Like, I kind of agree with him. That's not really necessary. I don't mind the nose rings, but the bubbles, yeah, that's kind of stupid. Or wearing these skin-tight suits when they go to the beach. Like, do these people have never heard of sunscreen before? I see this, and I'm sure. Basically, if the character was doing the show, you probably see that. Yeah, these suits are necessary because I guess people don't want to spend money on freaking sunblock or sunscreen per se to cover their skin because their suits they have are ugly. I agree that they don't look good on women at all. They, like, yeah, I mean, yeah, the planet's full of bit of women. Why would you cover it up with these skin-tight suits? Yeah, it's freaking stupid. So Christine basically is mentioning, yeah, her rebuild a whole body from scratch. So here's a question that the episode's not answered. The book doesn't answer is too. Is she able to have children? In case you're curious, though, they probably will follow up with this. Like, well, basically, like how she get paid for, her land was destroyed. Like, oh, don't worry, the Count basically.
He's surface almost wearing Hudson needs some tickle woman, right?
Okay. Yeah, and he mentioned, oh yeah, the Count paid for her, don't worry about that. And she's repeated the favor. It's like, we'll probably figure out next episode. But overall, really good episode. Nothing creepy about this episode. I guess basically all the creepiness the show had all were basically just thrown into last week's episode. And this actually is the first episode in quite a while. I actually reviewed this the day I plan to review it. Which say this came out yesterday. So yeah, that's particular view. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. I will see you all in a bit after dinner to work on Black Butler and One Piece. Okay, next video. Bye.